Willpower, so often praised in motivational speeches, actually has a physical basis in the brain. According to Dr. Andrew Huberman, the anterior cingulate cortex is one of the areas responsible for shaping this ability. When you force yourself to do tasks you don't want to do, this area of the brain literally grows. Imagine it as a muscle. The more you use it in uncomfortable situations, the more it develops. The key here is to understand that mental resilience starts in the brain. So, if you've ever felt that fighting procrastination was impossible, know that each small act of overcoming is remodeling your brain to make it stronger. But don't think this means you need to force yourself to do absurdly difficult things right away. The secret is to start small, like getting up earlier or spending a little more time at the gym. These simple actions, which may initially seem challenging, will strengthen this region of the brain. The science behind this is clear. With every uncomfortable task you complete, you're training your willpower for even more challenging moments in the future. And this is just the beginning. As the brain grows, your resilience also increases, leading to something even deeper. David Goggins is a living example of how willpower can be built through endurance. He openly talks about his journey, where facing discomfort was part of daily life. What he discovered, and neuroscience confirms, is that the brain literally shrinks when we avoid challenges. The anterior cingulate cortex, the region Huberman mentioned, depends on continuous stress to grow. So the more we avoid difficulties, the more limited we become. Think of resilience as a muscle. If you don't train it, it weakens. Goggins learned that the key to mental growth is embracing discomfort. It's not about grand heroic gestures every day, but consistently doing what's difficult, one step at a time. If a morning run feels unbearable, or if that work presentation makes you anxious, know that these moments are exactly what your brain needs to grow. Resilience, like willpower, only increases with practice. And it's through this practice that you build a mindset far beyond the ordinary, leading to constant growth. But science goes even further, leading us to something essential about the role of neuroscience. Dr. Andrew Huberman reveals something fascinating. The anterior cingulate cortex is notably larger in people who constantly face challenges, such as high-performance athletes or individuals who overcome great adversity. This explains why some seem to endure suffering more easily. It's not that they don't feel pain or discomfort, but that their brains are better prepared for it. This type of brain growth occurs when we go through difficult times and overcome them, making us more resilient and mentally prepared for new challenges. Neuroscience shows that suffering is not just a burden, but a catalyst for developing willpower. When we face challenging situations, our brain adapts to endure more and persevere in the long term. This explains why many athletes and successful people seem to have a larger reserve of willpower than most. They train their brains to resist, and this ability becomes essential for anyone who wants to achieve extraordinary results. However, there is one crucial element we cannot ignore: the constant repetition of these uncomfortable actions. David Goggins emphasizes an essential point: repetition is the key to mental growth and building willpower. It's useless to face a single challenge and expect permanent results. It's the act of repeatedly exposing yourself to discomfort day after day that truly makes the difference. Neuroscience proves that this repetition strengthens crucial areas of the brain, like the anterior cingulate cortex. Just as a marathon runner trains daily to increase their endurance, anyone can apply this principle, whether to improve discipline at work, in studies, or even in personal life. Goggins points out that this process is painful, but necessary. The daily repetition of uncomfortable tasks, such as waking up early, meditating, or even forcing yourself to study a little more, has a profound impact on mental capacity. Every time you repeat a difficult action, you're preparing your brain to face the next obstacle more easily. This not only increases your willpower, but also creates an unshakable mindset. However, this journey of overcoming requires something more: the understanding that there are no shortcuts to this kind of success. Both David Goggins and Andrew Huberman are categorical. There is no shortcut to building true willpower. Mental growth and the ability to resist discomfort come from a continuous process of overcoming, without easy tricks or quick solutions. Doing what is difficult, even when you don't feel like it, is what truly strengthens us. This can be as simple as ignoring the urge to procrastinate and continuing to work, or even physically challenging yourself. Success, in the end, is directly tied to the willingness to do what others avoid. The hard truth, which few are willing to face, is that the most difficult path is the only one that brings lasting results. Those who try to find shortcuts eventually realize they return to the starting point, without the development that discomfort provides. Goggins frequently repeats that real growth happens outside the comfort zone, and this couldn't be more true. If you want to build solid willpower, you need to be willing to face these challenges head-on, and that's what really separates those who thrive from those who stagnate. Now that you understand the vital role of the brain in developing willpower and how the repetition of discomfort is the path to growth, the question is, what are you waiting for to start? Maybe you've avoided challenges out of fear of failure or pain, but as we've seen, it's in those exact moments that your brain gets stronger and you take real steps to overcome your limits. Success will never come through easy paths or shortcuts, but through daily resilience. So, what can you do today to start this transformation? What challenge will you embrace and face head-on? Leave your comment below and share how you intend to apply everything you've learned. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to continue your journey of mental growth and willpower. Let's go together, one step at a time, towards overcoming